Kai and Tan Songyun break records as the highest-paid on-screen couple. In every generation, there are stars who shine. Faces that dominate billboards, names that headline dramas, talents that earn awards. But every once in a while, something even rarer happens. Two stars, equally bright, come together and their combined brilliance changes the entire industry. Today, that rare moment has arrived. Kai and Tan Songyun have officially broken records, securing their place in history as the highest-paid on-screen couple of all time. It is a title that carries weight, a title that speaks not only of financial numbers, but of cultural impact, of legacy, of destiny. And the story behind it is nothing short of extraordinary. The making of legends. Kai's story is one of transformation. In his early days, he was the tall, striking model whose visuals caught attention instantly. But behind that appearance was an ambition few could match. Slowly, role by role, he carved his way into the hearts of audiences, not just as a handsome face, but as a performer with depth, vulnerability, and power. From palace dramas to modern romances, Kai proved his range. And with every project, his name grew louder, his presence more magnetic. He became the kind of leading man who could not only carry a story but elevate it. Tan Songyun's journey was different, yet equally powerful. Known for her eternal youthfulness, she charmed audiences with her smile, her warmth, her ability to breathe life into every character. But beneath that sweetness was a strength, a determination to grow, to surprise, to redefine what people expected of her. Over the years, she transformed from the girl next door to one of the most respected actresses in the industry. With her, roles became unforgettable, stories became timeless, and viewers felt as if they were not simply watching a drama, but living it with her. Together, Kai and Tan Songyun carried not only talent but trust. Audiences trusted them, believed them, loved them. And when fate placed them in the same drama, everything changed. The drama that changed everything. It was not meant to be a revolution. On paper, it was just another romance drama. But the moment Kai and Tan Songyun appeared on screen together, something shifted. Their chemistry was instant, unscripted, uncontainable. The kind of chemistry that directors dream of but can never force. Every glance felt electric. Every conversation carried unspoken weight. Audiences leaned forward in their seats, unable to look away. Clips of their scenes spread across the internet like wildfire. On TikTok, on Weibo, on YouTube, fans replayed their moments millions of times. The hashtag for their drama trended every week, breaking records for engagement. By the time the finale aired, it was not just a successful series. It was a cultural phenomenon. Kai and Tan Songyun were no longer just co-stars. They were the couple of the moment. The negotiations. Behind the scenes, executives saw the numbers. Ratings that shattered expectations. International streaming deals that poured in unprecedented revenue. Advertisers lining up to be associated with their names. So when talks began for their next project, one thing was clear. Kai and Tan Songyun could no longer be treated like ordinary actors. They were an empire. Meetings stretched late into the night. Agents pushed boundaries. Platforms competed with offers. One insider described it as a battle of giants. Every network wanted them. Every streaming giant wanted exclusivity. And when the dust settled, the deal was signed. A deal so massive, so unprecedented, that it rewrote the rules of the industry. Kai and Tan Songyun were officially the highest-paid on-screen couple in history. The announcement. When the news broke, it was like a thunderclap. Headlines screamed across every major platform. Record-breaking deal. The new power couple of entertainment. Unstoppable duo. Fans could not believe it. Social media exploded. I knew they were big, but this is legendary, one fan wrote. They're not just actors. They are history in the making, another added. Within hours, the news was trending in multiple countries. Their names dominated search engines. Global outlets that rarely covered Asian drama stars suddenly carried their photos, their story, their success. It was not just an announcement. It was a moment. The fan reaction. For fans, this was more than money. This was validation. For years, they had insisted that Kai and Tan Songyun were different, that their bond on screen was unmatched, that their impact was global. And now, the world was finally acknowledging it. Fan edits resurfaced. Old clips trended again. Entire fan projects were launched to celebrate the milestone. Hashtags like our record-breaking couple and forever Kai Songyun filled the internet. Some fans cried. Others laughed with joy. Many described it as a victory they had been waiting for, proof that what they saw in their hearts was real. The industry shaken. Inside the industry, the news caused ripples. Other actors, producers, and networks began to rethink contracts, to reconsider value, to reimagine what was possible. If Kai and Tan Songyun could command such a record-breaking deal, what did it mean for the future? Would other pairings rise to the same level? Could anyone? Quietly, directors began drafting scripts with them in mind. International producers began whispering about cross-border collaborations. Luxury brands doubled down on endorsements. The message was clear. Kai and Tan Songyun were no longer just stars. They were market movers, the symbol of something greater. But beyond the numbers, beyond the contracts, beyond the headlines, there was something deeper. Kai and Tan Songyun's record-breaking achievement was not just about two actors. It was about possibility. It was about the way art and love and connection can create something unstoppable. They represented authenticity in an industry that often feels manufactured. They represented chemistry that cannot be faked. They represented hope, the hope that genuine connection can still capture the world. And in that way, they became more than actors. They became symbols. What comes next? Now, the world waits. Cameras are being prepared. Sets are being built. Scripts are being polished. The anticipation is unbearable. What kind of story will Kai and Tan Songyun tell this time? Will it be romance again, or something deeper, something grander? Will it surpass their last drama? Can it? Fans already know the answer. Because with these two, it is never just about the story. It is about the magic they bring to every frame. The way they look at each other, the way they breathe life into words, the way they turn fiction into something that feels more real than reality itself. Whatever comes next, it will not be ordinary. It will be history. The word. Kai and Tan Songyun have broken records. They have shattered ceilings. They have set a new standard for what is possible in the world of Asian entertainment. But more than that, they have given fans something priceless. A love story on screen that feels timeless. A partnership that feels destined. A reminder that sometimes, when the right people meet at the right moment, the result is not just entertainment. The premiere that stopped the world. The deal was signed. The headlines were written. The records were broken. But all of it led to one question that burned in the hearts of fans everywhere. What would their next drama look like? Weeks turned into months as production quietly began. Every photo that leaked from the set became an instant trending topic. Every whisper from insiders was dissected endlessly by fans. Expectations climbed to impossible heights. And yet, somehow, the world knew Kai and Tan Songyun were about to deliver something unforgettable. The red carpet. The premiere night arrived like a storm. Outside the theater, fans gathered in the thousands, holding banners, flowers, and posters. Journalists lined the red carpet, cameras flashing like lightning against the night sky. Industry veterans whispered among themselves that they had not seen this kind of frenzy in decades. And then, the moment everyone had been waiting for. Kai stepped out first, tall, elegant, commanding in a perfectly tailored black suit. The crowd screamed so loudly that even the reporters had to pause mid-sentence. He smiled, waving with that calm, composed charm that has always made him seem larger than life. Moments later, Tan Songyun arrived. Radiant in a flowing white gown, her smile lit up the entire carpet. Fans wept openly as she walked, describing her as an angel stepping into history. But when Kai offered his arm, and Tan Songyun gracefully placed her hand in his, the world erupted. Cameras shook from the roar of the fans. In that instant, the red carpet did not belong to the industry. It belonged to them. The screening. Inside, the air was thick with anticipation. The lights dimmed, the chatter faded, and the screen flickered to life. From the very first scene, it was clear this was not just a drama. This was an event. Soo Kai's performance was raw, layered, magnetic. Tan Songyun's portrayal was luminous, carrying both strength and tenderness. Together, their chemistry was not just visible, it was undeniable, tangible, electrifying. Every stolen glance, every whispered word, every brush of their hands sent shockwaves through the theater. Fans later described it as watching lightning strike again and again. By the time the first episode ended, the audience was in tears, standing on their feet in thunderous applause. The world reacts. Within minutes, clips from the premiere began spreading online. Streaming platforms reported record-breaking numbers. Social media exploded, hashtags flooding every trending chart across multiple countries. "This is not just a drama. This is history," wrote one fan. "They're not acting anymore. This is love. This is real," another declared. International media picked up the story. News anchors described the premiere as the moment Asian drama reached a new era. Hollywood insiders tweeted their admiration, admitting that Soo Kai and Tan Songyun had raised the bar for romance on screen. The emotional moment. After the screening, the cast took the stage. Soo Kai and Tan Songyun stood side by side, visibly emotional. Soo Kai took the microphone first. His voice trembled as he said, "This project was not just work. It was a journey, and sharing it with Songyun has been the greatest privilege of my career." Tan Songyun wiped a tear before speaking. "We poured our hearts into this story. And seeing all of you here tonight, feeling the love, I know it was worth everything." Their words only deepened the emotions already flowing through the audience. Fans online replayed the moment endlessly, calling it the most honest confession from two people who were born to create magic together. The aftermath. By the end of premiere night, the numbers were clear. Record-breaking viewership. International sales soaring. Critical reviews calling it a masterpiece of romance and storytelling. But beyond the numbers was something more profound, the feeling that the world had just witnessed the beginning of a new era. An era defined not by individual stars, but by the unmatched power of Soo Kai and Tan Songyun together. Final word. They were already history makers. They were already record breakers. But now, with the premiere of their new drama, they had done something greater. They had united millions in awe, in tears, in celebration of love itself. And as the credits rolled on the first episode, one truth became undeniable. Soo Kai and Tan Songyun were no longer just the highest-paid on-screen couple. They were the most unforgettable. The story of their partnership was not over. It was only just beginning.